Hi guys, this is Darth Jar Jar, uh, Master of the Dark Side. I recently won the 1K. We had 97 players here in Los Angeles, and my leader was Director Krennic, and I was running ECL as my base. And let me share about my deck and my strategy for my deck. So I was running three season short troopers, wide three instead of probe droid. Even though I am running two regional governors, is I don't need to know my opponent's hand. I already know what the meta is. So this card is a lot useful. If I have 6 resources, it gets +2, so it's a 4/3, and if it's damage, it becomes a 5. So once that adds at a 5, it takes out a lot of things, you know. So I was very happy with season short trooper, way better than probe droid. I had 3 scout bike pursuers. You know, it has crit. The grid is, if it's damage, like say 2 damage, that's 2 more added for the grid, and 1 from your passive from your director critics, so it'll be a 4. I do have a regional governor. I don't need a probe droid. I already know what I'm playing against. If I'm playing against Boba, I call fire spray. You know, if I'm playing against, I want to say like Luke Skywalker next. I already know what to call 2 and versus Vader, like force choke, like. The Inquisitor guy I call like fifth brother, so I already know what to call against everything, you know, pretty much. I have 2 cell block guards for when I search for Vader. I bring them down. It's really good play to bring down from Vader when you bring him out with ambush. I have Death Trooper. Death Trooper is my favorite card in the. It just, you know, pumps up my guys or kills something on the board, you know, so it's really useful. Early heals, I have Consortium Star Viper. You know, if I have initiative, I heal too, so it's really good. My ramp, I have 3 super laser technicians, and I also for ramp I have 3 resupplies, which are right here. But let me keep on going in order. So I have Gideon Huss, 3 of them, and guys, at first I thought this card sucked or was terrible. Because you always want to, you know, ECL steadfast battalion, but that's only when you don't have a board. What I notice is when you have a board, like, you know, you have like Star Viper out, Death Troopers, or Scout Biker, or whatever board you have out, you use your ECL or Gideon Husk because you kill something and then you give the experience counter to one of your other person play. So for those who are wondering why it's in here and what's the play is, if you have no board and you just have your leader, then steadfast battalion, you know. But if you have a board plus your leader, or not your leader but other, you know, board, you know, Imperial's out or whatever it is, just get the Husk, because the Husk with ECL and you kill something, you pump up your stuff. Trust me, it gets out of hand, and if he remains on the board, he dominates the game. He's really good. 2 cargo juggernauts. Why not 3? Because they're clunky. If you don't have the blue presence and then you don't heal, so you don't want to have 3 in your hand and you can't heal with it if you don't have that blue play. So 2 is perfect, and I'm very happy with it. Then I have 3 Darth Vaders. You know, I don't have to explain it. It has ambush. It can attack right away. But those turns, guys, when they don't have nothing on the board, and you don't know if to hold your Vader or not because there's nothing on the board to ambush, it doesn't matter. Just play it. You know why? Because you get 2 creatures out in play. So it doesn't matter if they have a board or not, and you have nothing to ambush. Trust me. Just get it out. Have 2 things out in play, and it just, if they have heavy removal, they're exhausted the removal. That way, when you get to more late game, where your other stuff that you're gonna bring down, they won't have enough removal. You know what I mean? I had 2 reinforcements walkers just to heal 3, or, you know, sometimes if I didn't get my Husk or my steadfast battalion, or I didn't have the need to use my ECL, I usually save the ECL for him also. Sometimes I don't heal in a control matchup that's close because I'd rather have the draw card. Why do I run a Relentless? Dude, Relentless is good because it makes their, you know, their spells, their events not work. The first one, the second one does. So it's a really good card. 2 Avengers. I get to the late game all the time, and it's really good against other control matchups. And I have 1 Devastator. Now, let me tell you about my spells. So I have 3 Resupplies, you know, for ramp, and I have 3 of Power of the Dark Side, which is one of the best cards in the game. I've always taken leaders out with this. 3 takedowns. 3. This is the best card in the game, like bar none. Like the best one, like first place. This is Overwhelming Barrage. This is my favorite card. I love Overwhelming Barrage, my Vader or my Reinforced Walker or my Relentless or my Avenger or my Devastator, even my Steadfast or my Gideon Husk. This is the best card in the game, period. Don't even argue with me. I know I've won 12 tournaments already. Okay, you got it. And then the last 3 is going to be Vanquish. So Vanquish is very like another removal. And see, I'm heavy removal, but really what I want to do is bring up board presence, and I save my removal for late in the game when it's needed. I don't use my removal early on because I already have like really good like creatures to remove stuff and play. I save my remove for late in the game where when I have like 10 or 11, you know, cards for resources where I could just play multiples at a time. I could go like power and take down at the same turn, or Overrun, Barrage, and Vanquish in the main board. My advice to you guys is never use your elimination early. Just use all your creatures, get your creatures out, and then late game where you could double play cards, that's when you do it. So the tournament, I ran into Vader. I beat Vader. I beat pretty much like 4 Boba Fett decks. I beat 1 Sharut deck, and then it was the top 8, and in the top 8 I beat 3 Boba Fett decks. So I'm very proud of my performance, and you know, this deck is just, I built it for the long game. I know we were a mid-range deck, but no, we gotta outdo Boba Fett, and this deck does it, and I was very happy that it did, and I'm happy with my performance. I hope this video helps you guys out, and just remember, his ability is the strongest ability in the game because each friendly damage unit gets 1-0. That includes himself, right, as a leader, and it's passive. A lot of these leader abilities you have to pay for, but this is a passive. This is like, if you're playing like One Piece, it's like Luffy pumping everything up by 1, you know what I mean? So, and then your ECL, you know, luckily I have a lot of heals in my deck, you know. I can heal a lot of different ways, but I just save your ECL for when it matters. Don't use your ECL to crash a Super Laser Technician. It's not worth it. Trust me, I know by experience. Sure, it's a nice play and all, for you can accelerate out your leader, but in reality, you need it for your bigger stuff. So don't do that. And I hope this just helps you guys. Oh, and my sideboard, let me show you what I have on my sideboard. So in my sideboard, I run 2 Devastators. I run 3 Make an Opening, 1 Treacherous, 1 Search for Your Feelings, 1 Sombra Guard, 1 Reinforcement Walker, and 1 Cargo Juggernaut. I put this in against Control. I put this against Boba Fett, against Aggro, and I put the 2 Devastators versus Control. I go a lot slower. What do I take out? Basically, what I'm looking to take out is I take out like regional governors. This is something easy to take out. I also take out, if it's a control matchup, I pretty much take out the Cargo Juggernauts as well. And you say, oh wow, it's a control matchup. Well, if they don't have nothing on the board, they can't do damage to you, am I correct? And they're not aggro, so you don't have to heal. Alright guys, thanks for watching my video, and I hope this was informative. Have a great day. Bye-bye.